Hey guys, it's Mel. Welcome to my channel. So I just finished reading Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo and I absolutely thought it was fantastic. It is now one of my favourite books I've ever read, and I really want to talk about it, and I'm going to do so out of sequence because I've kind of got the next month and a half planned out for my videos, and every time I do something like film a book review or something like that, I kind of try and rearrange it and it throws things a little bit out, which is why Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas book review was put up 2 weeks after I'd actually finished it. So anyway, I just finished this book and like I said, I thought it was amazing. I really want to talk about it, so I'm just going to have an extra video this week. Who knows, I may from time to time have an extra video in this sort of circumstance, but I'm not going to make any promises because I don't want to overwhelm myself. Anyway, let's talk about Ninth House. I don't want to do any spoilers because anyone that hasn't read it, I really think you should, because I think it's amazing, so I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't read it and is going to. So I'll try and just be very general about it. So, a brief outline of the plot. So the main character is a young woman called Alex Stern, and Alex has quite a lot of past trauma that she's trying to deal with, and she, due to various circumstances in her past life, she winds up in a situation where she is offered a lifeline, which she takes even though she doesn't entirely understand it, and it leads her to Yale University and to the Ninth House. Essentially, New Haven is kind of a hotspot for paranormal activity and magic, and there are some fraternities or sororities in Yale University that are actually covens or cobalts where magical practitioners operate, and Alex is part of a fraternity or sorority or whatever you want to say, where they actually monitor the activity of all of the rest of Yale's magical houses. So most of that you learn relatively quickly. I really hope that isn't too much of a spoiler. I'm sorry if it is, but yeah, so anyway, that's the setting that we're in, and we're talking about a lot of different magical and occult storylines. There's a lot of weird magical stuff going on, and there's also quite a big mystery, and Alex is attempting to solve the mystery and to figure out what is going on. Like I said, Alex has also got quite a lot of trauma in her past, so she's also trying to sort of figure that out and move beyond that, but she does suffer from quite a lot of post-traumatic stress, so that's in there. So this book probably does need some warnings to do with sexual assault, to do with murder, to do with rape, to do with manipulation, people having their brains manipulated and all sorts of things like that. But I just thought that it was really well written. I really enjoyed the way that the story was woven together. We do swap backwards and forwards in different times. So we swap backwards and forwards mainly from last spring and winter, current, but then we also have snippets of Alex's backstory and how she kind of found herself in the situation that she has now found herself in. There's a lot of different twists and turns, and at the end of the book I expected that we were going to end in a way that we didn't then end at all. So there's a twist near the end that you think is the final twist, and then it turns out there's an even bigger twist, and I thought that was done incredibly well. I had no idea that it was coming, and I was really surprised when it did, and I thought that it explained a lot of the story really well. So it put a lot of other stuff into context that I thought was really great, and I really enjoyed that part of it. I think that Alex is a really great character. She is an anti-hero, so she's the main protagonist of the story. She is the hero, if you will, but she's definitely not a hero, and in a lot of situations she's not even really a very nice person, but I think that was done incredibly well. I really appreciated that, because I think that's more realistic to life and to humanity and to what people are like. You know, everyone has faults, everyone has failings, but everyone also has strong points and interesting parts of their lives and nice things that people like about them. So I thought that was done really, really well. And you are always rooting for Alex, even though you may not appreciate the methods or the means by which she gets things done, but you're definitely always rooting for her to do well and to figure out what's going on and to end up being on top. So I highly recommend this book. I just really enjoyed my experience reading it. I think, like I said, it was really amazingly well written. There wasn't a bit in here that I had fault with. I didn't have anything that I thought was badly done. It was paced well, it was written well. There are definitely some denser moments and some parts where the action maybe isn't quite as fast as some other parts. So they have sections where they're talking about some of the more intricate bits of the magic systems and stuff like that, but I actually thought that it worked really, really well. I didn't want it to be a constant breakneck speed and a constant breakneck speed of mystery solving and action and stuff, so I'm glad that there were those paused moments where we had some downtime with Alex and the other characters, and we found out more about Yale in general and more about Alex and her interactions and the way that she behaves and why she behaves that way, and how her past is still definitely influencing her current present. So Leigh Bardugo, Ninth House. This is my first Leigh Bardugo book. I know that she's written a lot of YA fantasy, and now that I've read this one, I'm keen to read those. Definitely love this book, and I definitely think that it's amazing, and I highly recommend, especially if you like anything paranormal, if you like speculative fiction or magical realism. But be warned, like I said, there are quite a lot of trigger warnings for rape, sexual assault, and abuse, and drug abuse, and murder. So if any of those things are things that will trigger you, then I would probably steer clear of it, but otherwise highly recommend. Really amazing book. That was Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Thank you guys for watching. If you have read this book, please comment below and let me know what you thought of it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. I'd love to know if there are any other books like this that you would recommend, because this is the kind of thing that I really enjoy. And yeah, I hope everyone is doing really well and happy, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you later.